Two hearts, two lives, true love forever. Baby, I knew it from the start. One look my way, and since that day, I knew my happiness would lie in your arms. One hand, one ring, one life together. One vow that says we'll never part. Baby, I'm yours, and that's because I knew my happiness would lie in your arms. I knew my happiness would lie in your arms. Knew my happiness would lie in your arms. I knew my happiness would lie in your arms. Three little words brought us together. Three words we whisper from the heart. I love you, you love me too, and I knew my happiness would lie in your arms. Two hearts, two lives, true love forever. Baby, I knew it from the start. One look my way, and since that day, I knew my happiness would lie in your arms.
Thank you, and welcome to Songwriters in the Round. My name is Julie Dougherty, and that was Steve Sadler singing with me on a song that we wrote about 8 or 9 years ago, I believe.
right.
It's called In Your Arms. And I'm also joined today by Roger Carmody from Beverly, a singer-songwriter, been writing songs and performing for years and years. And Mike Gerard from Kensington, New Hampshire, you say?
That's where I'm hiding now,
That's
yes.
where you're hiding. From a group called The Fools, who are very popular in this area. And also my husband, Woody Woodward, on bass today. And I think we're going to start with one of your songs, Mike. But now, we just met today, but I've known of your band for years and years. And I know that you still perform with The Fools, but not quite as often as you used to. How many years have you been with that band?
Well, we started about 1946, 47. Actually, we started about 1979.
Ooh.
So it was almost 20 years when we decided to hang it up.
Yeah, and you had a really big hit. What was the name of that one?
Well, we had a hit called "It's a Night for Beautiful Girls," and then a few sort of weird things called, "Psycho Chicken" was one. "Life Sucks, Then You Die." "She Makes Me Feel Big." Kind of fringe material in most cases,
yeah.
but it took us around for quite a while, around the world.
Yeah.
We traveled the world, and it's funny that bizarre music, there's a place for it everywhere, apparently.
That's right. You created a niche. You filled a void that needed to be filled.
That's sad, isn't it? I didn't know there was
And
a
unfortunately, your partner, Richie Bartlett, who was supposed to be on the show today, he couldn't make it. I haven't seen him
He's
in a
touring with
while.
Ben Orr, so he's, in a sense, he has a real job now. So.
Oh, well, God. Let's do one of your songs. Now, is this one that the Fools have done, or is this just one
No,
that
this
you
is,
do?
Steve and I, a few years ago, got together and...
Steve Sadler?
Steve Sadler, this man right over here. We got together, and since I know he can play anything, from tuba to
sousaphone.
to probably sousaphone, I felt that he was a perfect man to bring into this. I like country music, and I always have, and I don't think, in my band we parodied it, and I don't think you can properly do that unless you really like country music, and I do.
Yeah.
So does he. So we came up with 8 or 10 things a
Yep.
while back, and this is one of them. It's called Dying in Pieces.
Okay, let's hear it.
You ready?
Amazing.
1, 2, 3, 4.
She calls up and says she'll be late coming home. And he says one more night of this stuff and he's gone. But she don't listen 'cause she don't care what he says. That's you and me, we're dying in pieces. She says she knows he wouldn't leave if he could. And he says keep on pushing, he'll leave for good. And he talks on, but she says spare the speeches. That's you and me, we're dying in pieces. Take a step back and look at me, yeah. Doesn't it seem we're bound to fall? And if true love doesn't run smooth, this must be the greatest love of all. Between love and hate is a very fine line. I hope we learn that lesson sometime. But right now, couldn't we try to keep this little bit of love alive? She's got those tears in her eyes. And he says maybe we'll give it just one more try. But later that night she's not there when he reaches. That's you and me, we're lying. You and me, and we're crying. You and me, we're dying in pieces.
Oh, yeah, that's a good country song. Now, did you write it together, or did Steve just embellish? And
He's an embellisher. He always has been. And,
he's an embellisher from way back.
Okay,
Actually,
I did it.
You've written, now, the 2 songs we're doing today, you and I wrote together.
Yeah.
And I thought perhaps you had written one of the ones we were doing today with
I think
with
the
Mike.
lines blur on that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
we always bring him in at the point at which it's almost a tune. And
So I might have thrown in some chord change arrangement ideas.
And also Roger, your old comrade here. Roger, you had
I'm not that old.
No, well, I mean, you know, in a good way,
You're
you
middle.
know.
Yeah, we were in diapers together, if that's what you're
Together?
saying.
The same?
Well, not the same
No.
diaper.
one big
Thank
diaper.
God. Life is, no. You had a band in the 60s called Carmody, is
No,
that
that
right?
was the 70s.
Oh, all right, well, tell me, give me
About
the
the
whole...
same time the Fools started, actually.
Okay.
Steve and I had our own band. And we couldn't think of a name, so in fact, we had a gig at the Summit Club with you guys and somebody else.
No kidding.
And they said, let's call it Carmody. And that's...
The rest is history.
That's all we came up with.
We needed someone to blame.
Yeah. I was the whipping boy.
But you're going to do a song for us. Now, is this a recent song?
What song am I doing now?
It's called Rolling
Oh,
Like a
Rolling Like a
Rock.
Rock.
I know
Yeah.
your songs better than
This
you
is-
know.
You do. I only write them and record them and then forget them.
Forget them, right.
Yeah, this one, actually, it's probably 2 years old now.
Oh,
Well,
It's about a guy who's got no life of his own and motivates himself to writing a book for people who have no lives of their own.
that sounds very interesting.
Yeah, they could
Ah,
go.
why bother
It'll
even doing
work.
it? Yeah, okay.
Okay, do you want to play it?
Yeah.
Why not?
All right.
Why not?
1, 2, 3, 4. Never had ambition, rarely went outdoors, hardly made a living, and it was getting worse. People began to wonder what had become of me. I was going under, drowning in a TVC, and now I'm a runaway boulder that no one can ever stop. Yes, I'm rolling, rolling like a rock. Yeah, I'm rolling, rolling like a rock. Each and every morning, I look my face in the eye, make my private promise, and then I'm ready to fly. I know just where I'm going, just what I'm gonna say. Real good to know you, please don't get in my way. 'Cause now I'm a runaway boulder that no one can ever stop. Yes, I'm rolling, rolling like a rock. Yeah, I'm rolling, rolling like a rock. I gotta keep on rolling, my method true and tried. Some kind of self-made motive, and I'm taking it nationwide. I'll roll right on to the talk shows, my paperback in every house. I'm gonna make my millions, selling the down and outs. Yeah, now I'm a runaway boulder that no one can ever stop. Yes, I'm rolling, rolling like a rock. Yeah, I'm rolling, rolling like a rock. Yeah,
That's a great song.
it works.
So is the paperback done? I mean, are we?
Yeah, it is. I read it every day, in fact.
That's a good song. I know you've written a zillion songs. How many songs have you written?
Up to, I don't know, 687 or 688, somewhere in there.
687 or 688? You know the exact amount?
Someday I'm going to get off my butt and sell one, but
Wow.
Right now, you're numbering.
right, yeah. I've been trying to put them together because I say, I'm going to sell a song.
All right,
So,
now tell me, you had the band Carmody. Did you have a band before that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I started
When you were in
when I was
diapers?
15 years old. The band was King James and the Intruders with Charlie Ortolani.
Oh, Charlie Ortolani.
We both grew up
Oh,
right
my
here.
God.
I played
Charlie's
drums
a great
back then.
guitar player. Good singer.
Yeah.
That's great.
I haven't seen
Now,
him
how
since.
about you, Mike? Have you been playing in bands since you were a kid, or?
Yeah, I mean, I started probably around the same time, 15. So that was back
1915.
in 19, blah, blah, blah.
Well,
It
let's
was-
see, you were born in.
It was a long time ago.
Didn't you have the Magic Spiders or something?
We had a
like that?
band called the Magic Twangers.
Twangers.
and then a band called The Cold.
Was that country? That sounds
No,
like
it was just, there was an old TV show where the lead guy would say to this little frog character,
Oh, yeah.
"Plunk your magic twanger, Froggy."
Oh, that's right.
And I
That
never
was
knew what a
Busta
magic
Brown.
twang, but then the frog would disappear, and I thought, hey, I don't know why, but I like that.
You remember what
So
the
we-
frog used to say? He was, hiya, hiya, hiya.
Hiya, kids, hiya, hiya.
Our Heimlich.
So that was the magic
Or
twang.
Heimlich.
Heimlich, right.
I know there's a long story behind that. Ooh. Well, anyway, we won't go into it. This next song,
I guess
No,
not.
this
bring it
next
up.
song, is this a song that the Fools did? Because this is right down the Fools' alley, this one.
Are we talking about the lingerie tune?
We are.
Oh, good. Well, the Fools generally, we did songs about love and sex and death. Sometimes all in the same song, but hopefully trying to take a little of the load off your life. And maybe put it on someone else's life, I don't know, but this is a song about just get it off of me, that's all.
How do you spell relief?
Lingerie is how I spell relief.
Okay.
Let me
This is
just,
cool.
Look at my notes here.
Is this based on a true story? I want to know.
What's it called, by the way?
Well, you know, as Gay and Wilson said, I paint what I see.
Oh, I like that.
It's a song about having a very, very bad day and going home to try to vent, so to speak. And I think after that, it kind of self-explanatory. It's called Love Pajamas.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
Cool.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You know I had a hard day. It got the best of me. Nothing went my way, and it was sad to see. If you'd have seen me, babe, you would have turned away. All of my plans went wrong, and I missed my lunch. Somebody hit my car. You should have heard it crunch. And now what's left of me is coming home to you. Put on your love pajamas, your love pajamas, your love pajamas, love pajamas. Put on your love pajamas, make everything alright. Pajamas. I don't go looking for trouble, but I get my share. Sometimes you just can't win. You said that life was fair, but I can still get through if I can get to you. Put on your love pajamas, your love pajamas, your love pajamas, love pajamas. Put on your love pajamas, that'll make everything alright. Pajamas, love pajamas. Oh, those love pajamas make me feel good. Thank God for silk, satin and lace, and Fredericks of Hollywood. You know I had a hard day. It got the best of me. Nothing went my way. It was sad to see. And now what's left of me is coming home to you. Put on your love pajamas, your love pajamas, your love pajamas, love pajamas. Put on your love pajamas, that'll make everything alright. Pajamas, love pajamas. Put on your love pajamas, your love pajamas, your love pajamas, love pajamas. Put on your love pajamas, that'll make everything alright. Pajamas, love pajamas. Put on your love pajamas, You love pajamas tonight.
Love pajamas, love pajamas.
Put on your
Love pajamas, that'll make everything alright.
I like that song. It's so touching.
It is.
It's a
yes,
very
it's
romantic
touching.
song.
It's very-
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Into the bridge of the other song.
Oh,
Well, now,
Well, thank you.
did you helped him arrange the song because the recording that I heard was very reminiscent of a Beach Boys melody.
so why would that point to me?
We did a rock and roll version that was a real sort of
Oh, yeah.
and that's pretty much what we released, but Steve heard it, and of course he brought it to another place,
Right,
and we, after that, we liked his version better than what we did, so we tended to go that way with it.
It's more like Surf City.
Surf City, yeah, in lingerie.
Surf
I
City
thought the
lingerie, I
Hollywood
like-
connection, I thought it was all there. It was all there.
It's a
Mr.
great song.
Embellishment.
Right.
It's a great song. I
He's
love
done
it.
time for embellishing, as a matter of fact.
I heard that.
Yeah, and my poetic license has been revoked as a result.
I read that in the paper.
Yeah, a blotter, yeah. That's it.
Writing without a license.
That was great. I love that song.
Thank you.
Let's hear another one from you, Roger.
Oh, you want to?
Yeah, is this a more recent of your?
Yes, this
Yeah,
was
tell. I hadn't heard this one before.
The Fisherman. This is about the shutting down of George's Bank and all the trouble that the fishermen are going through. You know, I mean, that's what they do for a living. And for certain reasons, they have to sit around and wait until they can get back out there. Anyway, it's called The Fisherman. A noble old sailor was lost today as he longed to return to the sea. But they divided the oceans into separate rooms, locked the doors with a paper key. All the gulls were silent as we shipmates wept, while we sat and stared at our shoes. And we remembered his tales of wind and sails, and the words that he'd often use. He'd say, what should a boatsman do when he can't make his way on the sea? Where does a fisherman go? Where does a fisherman go? Well, they say the waters are all but depleted. There's not enough life in the sea. And yet they pour oil and human waste. Well, it just makes no sense to me. And so we watched someone turn into no one right there before our eyes. He opened a bottle and poured himself in and dissolved in the blink of an eye. He'd say, what should a boatsman do when he can't make his way on the sea? Where does a fisherman go? Where does a fisherman go? What should a boatsman do when he can't make his way on the sea. Where does a fisherman go? Where does a fisherman go?
That's a beautiful song.
Great song.
You know, I wonder, you should submit that to the Fishermen's Union or whatever
Yeah,
the union
the Rotary
is.
clubs.
That would,
Yeah.
I'm sure they would love it.
I wrote that in the parking lot of the Ground Round off Highland Ave. I just
It's a magic Pulled in. place.
It was. You know.
Does it work for you there too, Steve? Let's all meet there next
We
week.
meet there and write all the time.
You two have been friends for
It's-
years. Did you go to grammar school together? Or I know, all right, you were brought up,
He's much younger than I am.
you had your diapers changed.
I was brought up by wolves, actually, but I don't want to go into that now, Mom.
How is Romulus?
No, we go way back to probably late 60s or something.
When I was in Quo Vadis, he used
Yeah.
to
I used to hang
come
out.
see Danny play.
That's it.
And then he found out I was a Beach Boys freak. and we
Well,
started
have you
hanging
guys
out.
ever written stuff together?
Oh, sure.
We must have 50 songs together.
It's helpful because he can finish them. So you get him to such and such a point, and then you go, hey, Raj, check this out. And then he will finish it. It's beautiful.
Now, let me ask you, do you write the bulk of the songs for the Fools? Or is it
Well,
a
since none of
collaborative?
them are here to
Yeah,
yeah, I do.
Yes.
I write all of it. You know,
Or is
I
it,
arrange
do you
it's
all
all
write?
me.
Generally, I'll see. I don't play anything, which is why I'm sitting here like this, listening to these
You play
wonderful
oboe.
songs. But
I get the
I
bongos.
I tend to hear it, and I've had songs come in dreams and the whole deal, like I'm sure everybody has, I guess. But I tend to come with an idea that's I might be humming what the background would be doing, or humming what the guitar would be doing, and at that point, when they're hearing it a little bit, that's when I sing whatever words and melody I have over that. And then it's a point of which everybody really kind of collaborates to make it either soup or not soup. If it's not soup,
But
we
that's
throw it away.
interesting that you hear the seed of a melody just inside your head, and then you sing it to one of the guys in the band.
Well, I don't play, so I haven't had any choice, and
But that's
it's a
amazing that
different
you
way to
can
do
write
it,
the
I
music,
guess.
and I mean that's an interesting thing because for most writers, I would think their instrument is a tool to kind
Well,
of.
I used to carry this little tiny tape recorder everywhere I went, and I would, something would come, and I'd have to put it in my pocket, and then I'd be, wait a sec, let me play that. Oh, now this is what the background should sound like, and you know. And it's funny, I carried that around for about 2 years, and I lost it, and I found that I didn't need it anymore because the exercise of having to do that, I just kind of started clicking.
So you have it all in your head.
So I'll be an old man who doesn't remember anything except the words to songs that no one's ever heard
Well,
before.
you've written some funny songs, I have to say.
Thank you.
And you say now the Fools are performing a couple of times a year.
Yeah, we don't want to, you know, we kind of, I feel that we kind of did our time, and the travel, I mean, I have a 7-year-old, I wanted to be home more, and I think the other guys probably wanted to be out more,
Yeah.
because they still are, in
Yeah.
different forms. Joe
Yeah.
Holliday, the bass player, is now with Brad Delp and Beetlejuice,
Right,
and Richie's with Ben Orr and Ben Orr Band,
right.
and the drummer, Jim Taft, is not eating pizza anymore.
Okay.
It's a private joke, but he's
All right.
he plays in a wedding band, and he works more than anybody.
Yeah, those
You know, and he
wedding
wears a
bands.
suit, and you know, they cut the
Make a
cake,
lot
and
of
they
money.
dance with the bride and the whole deal, and he's happy.
Yeah, well, that's good. It's good that you're still keeping on, though. Now, do you find that you're still writing without the format of having the band?
I haven't written much, and I think it's not necessarily because there isn't an outlet. I think it's just that I kind of shut that thing off for a while,
For a while,
and I'm hoping to go back to it when I want to, as
Yeah.
opposed to when I have to.
Sure. Well, it's
So I'll
great
be calling
having
you up in a couple
I
weeks.
know.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys have collaborated, too. Steve writes with everybody.
We wanted to call one of our albums "Steve Helped Us."
Steve what?
We wanted to call one of our albums
Helped.
"Steve Helped Us" because there was a lot of him on that.
And when I get into songwriting situations, I say that I'm proud to say I'm a songwriter because I collaborate with Mike on Norbert the Nearsighted Reindeer, which I feel I can retire now because I've written a song.
That's on their Christmas
On
album?
the Christmas album, yes. So
That was
That's a funny album.
That's-
What is the name? Is that the name of the album?
it's called Christmas Tunes.
By the Fools.
Yeah.
Pick it up for the holidays.
You can still find it, please.
You'll
It's out
enjoy
there.
it. You will enjoy it. All right, I think we've come almost to the end of our show, and we're going to do one more song that Steve and I wrote. And I think we've written about 17 or 18 songs.
we've
I guess
written
we
a
better
handful.
hurry up and catch up.
So altogether, you've got like 4,000 between
Oh, yeah.
And I never had to finish it myself.
being a
It's
closet
beautiful.
embellisher.
That's it. I either come in at the very end or start up at the very beginning.
Hey, this is the song that we won an honorable mention in the Billboard
That's right.
Songwriting
That's
Contest.
That's
Oh,
it.
yeah. So did everybody else who entered the contest, but...
I don't know, we never won one the next year, so hey.
I never seen
So they started getting our money. So.
Yeah, this is called Living a Lie. I want to thank Roger and Mike for coming on the show.
Thanks, it was a lot of
Maybe
fun.
have you
Thanks,
on
Mike.
again sometime. And of course, Steve and Woody. And
of course.
let's
Yeah.
do one more, and we'll say goodbye with this. You want me to count it, or you want to?
You just start right up.
Oh, that's right.
I know where you hang around on your night out.
That's the same place I go to.
It's a bar for lost and lonely married lovers who are living a lie. We're two lonely people finding love on our own. We try for the sake of the children, living a lie.
We worry that the kids will finally find us out.
And then I don't know what we'll do.
Guess that's par for lost and lonely married lovers who are living a lie. We're two lonely people finding love on our own. We try for the sake of the children, living a lie.
Our folks never got around to
Working it out.
I guess we'll learn the hard way too.
About life as lost and lonely married lovers who are living a lie. We're two lonely people finding love on our own. We try for the sake of the children, living a lie. We're two lonely people finding love on our own. We try for the sake of the children,